right. Hello again, Schroeder Raiders. We are here with our next episode of the Schroeder Spotlight. And our guest today is one of our wonderful counselors, Mrs. Litzinger. So I'll let her say hi to everybody here.
Hey you guys, hope you're all doing well.
So we'll get right into our interview here. So our first question is, how long have you been at Schroeder? And then usually it says, what do you teach here? But you're a little different. So I'll let you explain what your role is.
Sure. I've been a trader for 5 years already. That seems like it went super fast. And I've always been the school counselor at Schroeder, which means I work with all students and I help out with academics, with career, and with any social emotional support that you guys need.
All right, perfect. So some of you probably have Mrs. Litzinger as your assigned counselor, so hopefully you know most of our students here. One thing that a student wanted me to ask you is, what do you think the most important item a new student needs to know when they come to Schroeder?
Well, I think it's their attitude. I think you need to bring with that kindness and empathy and open-mindedness, that philosophy of everyone matters. And if you have that positive mindset, then everything in middle school rolls pretty smoothly.
Okay, perfect. All right. Next, go away from school for a little bit here. What is your most prized possession and why?
Can it be living?
It could be, yes.
Okay. Then I'll probably go with my children.
Oh,
So,
children, yes. They can be a prize, but sometimes they cannot be, right? Um,
depends on the day.
yeah. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received from someone or read about, I suppose?
I think the best piece of advice I've ever gotten is no matter how hard life gets, never give up. So I always keep persevering, even during challenging times. You're going to make it through.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we've got some challenges now, but I think at least the kids in my classes and that I've talked to are really working to get through it and are doing a pretty awesome job. So those are some good words to live by.
Yeah.
If you could spend the day with a famous person from history or the present, who would it be and why?
Oh, that one was a tough one for me. I think I'm going to have to say Bruce Lee, just because I'm like a huge martial arts nerd.
Okay.
And I really love him, and I watched all of his movies growing up, and I'd love to be able to go back in time and train with him and get some wisdom.
Oh, that's an interesting answer. Awesome. All right. Um, Last kind of personal questions here before we get to our rapid fire questions. Who's a teacher or coach that you had an impact on you in your life, and then why were they so important?
I'm gonna go back to martial arts again. That's kind of where it all started. My Taekwondo instructor in middle school gave me some really solid advice about how we need to keep persevering through things and being kind to others. And he just taught me that I could do a lot of things that I didn't realize I was capable of. So he's a
Okay.
very good person.
So, would you recommend Taekwondo or any martial arts to students that they,
Uh,
if they have some time or once we can go out and take classes? Is that something they should be doing?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty fun thing. I love doing taekwondo in middle school, and I still practice, so it's pretty awesome. And you get to break boards, so I mean, that could be a stress reliever right there.
I was going to ask, do you have a record for the most boards broken at one time for yourself?
Oh, that would probably be the night of my master's test. I broke about 80 boards.
Wow, that's a lot.
I
So,
was a little sore the next day, but it was fun.
so all you listening out there, be nice to Mrs. Litzinger. She'll break the board, right? I'm just kidding. She wouldn't do that,
No,
but,
never.
but she could, right? All right, here's our rapid fire questions. So just answer with whatever comes into your mind. This has been pretty interesting to learn a little bit more about some of our other teachers. So our first one, do you hit the snooze button or do you get up immediately in the morning?
I get up immediately, but the rest of my family are snoozers, so they're usually the reason why I'm up.
Okay, so no snoozers. All right, interesting. No snooze button. Okay. What's the last thing you read digitally or in print?
A book on survey and test design. Not so exciting. I don't recommend.
Wow, that sounds fascinating. I'm glad you read it. All right. This one has taught us a lot about Mr. Johnson way back in our first episode. When you're making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, do you put the peanut butter or the jelly on first?
Well, it has to be peanut butter. I mean, like I'm just saying, you can't put the jelly on first.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so, but
No,
some people do. Okay. You've had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, correct?
definitely.
Okay, good, good. All right. Next, would you rather be the best racquetball player in the world or find $75 on the street?
Well, if I was the best racquetball player, I could probably make more than $75. So I'm going to go with that.
Well, so there you go. 3 for 3 on our interviewees would rather be the racquetball player. I don't know where they think all this racquetball money's coming from, but we'll take it. We'll take it. Okay.
Endorsement, maybe?
Would you rather have your dishes or clothes magically clean?
Can I pick both?
Not in this exercise. You can only have one.
All right. Well, since I have a family of 5, I am going to pick the laundry because
Okay.
it's never ending.
Yeah, it just keeps piling up, right?
Yeah.
Even when you're home all the time, it still piles up.
It's even worse when everybody's home.
Yeah, more clothes. I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Would you rather give up your phone or junk food forever?
Ooh, if I could give up junk food, that would be great. Like,
Yeah, lots of positives to that one, right?
yes.
Okay. Okay, I can see that one. All right, we'll kind of go back to sandwiches here. Sandwiches tell us a lot about a person. Do you cut your sandwiches on the diagonal or the horizontal?
It has to be the diagonal.
Yeah.
Like, you can't cut it horizontally. That would bother me.
Yeah, I think diagonal is just a little fancier, I think. Looks a little nicer,
For sure.
I think.
Yeah.
All right, so it's morning time and you have your choice here. Pancakes, waffles, or French toast?
I'm going to have to go waffles.
Waffles. Would you say that's your family's choice too, or do your kids, would they pick something else?
It's mostly Eggo waffles. We go through like a Sam's Club case fairly often.
Okay, yeah. If we have waffles at our house, they are gone in like a day, it seems like. So we don't have them very often, but when we do, the kids are very happy.
Yeah.
All right. This one is the Mr. Halverson question. So those of you out there that have Mr. Halverson, you can ask him about why this is his question. But do you dip your French fries in ketchup, or do you put the ketchup directly on the French fries and eat them?
Ooh, you shouldn't put ketchup directly on fries like ever. But I don't even really like ketchup that much. So I guess if I have to, I'll dip. But most of the time, I just eat my fries plain,
Nothing, just plain fries.
like salt. Yeah.
No condiments.
Not
Range.
really.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of weird like that.
Would you dip your French fries into a chocolate frosty or shake if you had it?
Oh, no.
No, not one of those people.
Maybe like the Dairy Queen gravy. That stuff's pretty good.
Okay, but no ice cream. All right.
No.
All right. This one kind of ties into our situation here. Do you like going to the movies, or do you prefer watching things at home?
I think I'm gonna have to pick the movies because that means I can like get the popcorn and just kind of like sit by myself and not have the kids like running through and like screaming.
Yes. Although I found with young kids that it doesn't really change much at the movie theater, and I don't know if you've experienced that as well, but they ask as many questions and have to go to the bathroom just as much. So
That, that is true.
yes.
I meant like, like I could go on like a date and the kids could stay home.
Oh, that's even better. Do you feel comfortable going to the movies by yourself?
If it was the right movie, I think I could handle it, but
You do it?
mostly I like to go with someone.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's the sign of extreme adulthood is when you are ready to go and sit by yourself at a movie theater, which I've done, by the way. It's not bad.
That might be true. I'll have to try it sometime when I need a break here.
All right. Well, Mrs. Litzinger, that's all the questions I have for you. Thank you so much for being our third guest here. Remember, kids, if you need anything, you can definitely reach out to Mrs. Litzinger, and she's more than happy to help you with anything you need, whether it be counseling related or anything, right? Just to chat. I'm sure she would love to talk to all of you, especially if she hasn't had a chance to really chat with you since we've left school. So with that, I'll say goodbye until next time, and thank you again, Mrs. Litzinger, for joining us.
Thank you. Bye.